In recent years, the American public has witnessed a period of political turbulence, marked by a strong intersection of faith and politics, particularly during the tenure of former President Donald Trump. For the Christian community, Trump's decisions and positions have sparked a widespread debate over whether his policies truly represent Christian values. On one hand, Trump garnered support from many believers for his stance on protecting religious freedom and opposing abortion. On the other hand, policies regarding immigration, the economy, and social justice have raised questions about their compatibility with the humanitarian principles and compassion of Christianity. In this analysis, we will delve into Trump's policies and examine how they impact the core values of Christianity. From the protection of life and care for the vulnerable to perspectives on immigration and the economy, each aspect presents controversies and reflections for the faithful community. Have these policies reinforced or undermined the image of faith in society? Let us explore and reflect on the complex relationship between politics and Christian ethics in today's era. Section 1. The sanctity of life and abortion policies. One of the most widely discussed Christian values is the sanctity of life, particularly in opposition to abortion. Trump's administration focused on limiting access to abortion services, appointing conservative judges to the Supreme Court who could challenge Roe v. Wade. For many Christians, this was seen as a direct alignment with their values. As protecting life is a foundational principle, his administration also cut federal funding to organizations that provide abortions or abortion-related services, resonating strongly with the pro-life community. However, critics argue that true Christian advocacy for life would also encompass policies supporting prenatal care, maternal health, and child welfare, areas often deprioritized in Trump's budgetary policies. Section 2. Social justice and care for the marginalized. The Bible often emphasizes compassion and care for the marginalized, including the poor, widows, orphans, and prisoners. Trump's administration made significant cuts to welfare programs, including food assistance and housing benefits, which many Christians believe conflicted with these values. While some evangelicals defended these cuts as part of encouraging individual responsibility, others argued that reducing support for those in need was contradictory to Christ's teachings on compassion and social justice. This tension points to the complexity of balancing a government's role in providing assistance with the Christian imperative to care for the less fortunate. Section 3. Immigration and welcoming the stranger. Immigration became one of the most contentious issues of Trump's presidency. The Bible frequently calls believers to welcome the stranger, urging compassion for foreigners. However, Trump's policies, including the construction of a border wall, the family separation policy, and restrictions on refugee admissions, were viewed by some Christians as harsh and contradictory to Christian hospitality. Supporters argued these policies were essential for national security and economic stability. Yet, for many Christians, the imagery of children separated from their parents clashed starkly with the faith-based principle of mercy. Section 5. Religious freedom and Christian identity. A defining feature of Trump's administration was its advocacy for religious freedom, especially for Christians. Executive orders and policies sought to protect Christian organizations from being compelled to support practices contrary to their beliefs, such as providing contraception in health plans. For many, this was seen as a win for religious liberty, allowing Christians to freely practice their faith without state interference. However, critics argue that these freedoms were often granted unequally, favoring Christians over other religions, and this selective application of religious freedom could be seen as antithetical to the inclusive spirit of Christianity. Looking back at the years under the Trump administration, one thing is clear. The relationship between politics and faith is not always straightforward. Trump's policies sparked intense debates within the Christian community, ranging from issues of abortion and religious freedom to immigration and social justice. For many believers, Trump represented a strong voice, defending the traditional values they cherish. Policies that protect life and respect religious freedom help them feel heard and encouraged. However, alongside this, there are many difficult questions about how to enact compassion and justice in today's social context. Christian values extend beyond protecting life from the moment of conception. They also encompass the protection of the vulnerable, immigrants, and the poor. Therefore, for some believers, Trump's harsh immigration policies and cuts to social welfare programs have forced them to reconsider the meaning of living in accordance with the teachings of Christ. As a result, Trump's presidency left a significant mark, not only on the political landscape, but also within the Christian community. This serves as a reminder that faith and politics are always a complex dialogue, a relationship that requires clear and discerning boundaries. Christians today must confront the larger question: what is the line between protecting faith and politics and becoming part of politics? Perhaps the legacy that Trump's presidency leaves for the Christian community lies not in choosing a side, but in a profound call to reflect on the meaning of faith values in a changing society. After all, what Christian faith calls for is not only to act righteously, but also to love and show compassion that transcends all divisions. Ultimately, if we truly desire a society that reflects Christian values, it does not come from a single leader or policy, but from each believer themselves, through their way of living, loving, and serving. This is both the challenge and the mission of every Christian in today's era.